Hi, my name is Michael and I'm the Shop Geek. On today's episode, we're going to build an indoor clothesline to save money on electricity. Stop using your dryer, there's no reason to. And since we're in the northern climate in Canada here, I'm going to put a line in the house so I can use it in the winter. All that you need for this is a whole lot of clothesline, a couple of clothesline clips. These are little metal flaps that hold the line together. 2 hooks, one for each end. Doesn't matter what shape these are, but you do want a nice strong thick hook, so look for something that's 1/4 inch or thicker. And the tools we need: one stud finder, one pair of wire cutters to trim this, a pair of pliers for the clips, and of course one drill for a pilot hole. I'm using a 3/16 bit for the 1/4 inch hooks. Alright, the first thing you need to do is find a stud in the wall where you're going to install the hook. Now we're going to cheat and use some shelving that we installed previously. I'm going to mount this particular hook at a 45-degree angle because it's got a big bend in it. You can buy a hook that comes at a 90-degree angle, so it'll look more like this. And what you want to do with that is mount it straight in. But in order to get the loop of the clothesline over this hook easily, after I pull it tight, I'm going to mount it this way. So, we're going to drill up into our stud at 45 degrees. Oops. And now we're going to put the hook in. If the hook gets too tight, grab your pliers, lock them on. Oops. And that'll give you a lot more leverage to make sure that it's well seated in the wood. First thing you want to do is take a length of your clothesline, and I'm going to make a loop about 6 inches long. I'm going to take one of my clips and I'm going to leave about 2 inches free in that 6-inch loop. And I'm just going to clip it in there. Now, take my pliers, and I find working one side then the other is a lot easier than trying to do both at once. So we squeeze the sides down like that, and then we squeeze the other side down. And once they are flat like that, we give them one really good squeeze. And that should be a permanent cable loop. Now, just because I like to be over the top, I'm going to put one more clip on further out, about here, so now you can see the entire loop. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. And that's going to secure, there we go. That's going to keep that free end nice and secure, and that should hold up against any clothing we put on this line. So once you finish the one loop, you hang it on the hook at the far end of the room, and you're going to pull the line taut across the second hook. Now, don't put a lot of weight on this, you just want it to be fairly snug. But if you put too much tension on the line, you'll never get the loop over the hook again. So I'm going to measure out about 6 inches. I'm going to slip this up off the hook, and keeping everything in place, I'm going to put another clip on, and I'm going to clamp that down in place. Notice I haven't trimmed this yet. If things go horribly, horribly wrong, I can cut this off and start again. That's one side. And the other. And again, now that we've got the sides held, clamp down nice and tight. Perfect. Okay, so now we check the fit, and I need to pull a little bit. Perfect. Now before I put the second clip on, I can cut this to length. And this is a very strong, there we go, clothesline. Pop that off, put on my second clip, and we're finished.